Hello everyone. Going live. Showing you my new glass mat, so that's the reflection you're seeing there. As always, host code is up here. If you shop with me, and my link is in my webpage. If you shop with me on Stamping Up, use this code, because if you use this code, and then I can put you in for free items. If your purchase is larger than 150, don't worry about it. You'll still be put in for free items for my drawing for the month of January. And you'll get your own host rewards when you check out. Now it's celebration, so everyone gets rewards when they purchase anything more than $50. And there's a whole bunch of, hi Susie, there is a whole bunch of stuff in our celebration catalogs that I'm going to show you some of it tonight. And it is a great way to earn free stuff. Tonight, I'm going to be showing you things from the mini catalog. Now the mini catalog is from January 4th to April 30th. So remember, when you want to buy something, to buy it when you see it, because I have a lot of people that will want something and then they hold out and then it's no longer available, especially if it's a celebration items, because they're only available January 4th till February 29th. So especially that some of the paper that coordinates with the tool stamp set, some of that I can see selling out pretty quickly. We have some deals. We have, because it is celebration, not only do you get all those free items when you purchase items, but we also have a sign-up deal if you want to become a demonstrator or what we call preferred shoppers. Normally, what we have for a deal is if you spend $99, you get to pick out what you want and $125 worth of stuff throughout the catalog, whatever you want. And it's free shipping when you purchase at that time. And then after that, there's no commitment to buy, but you get a 20% discount if you buy afterwards. And then if you meet your quotas, you stay as a demonstrator. And if you don't meet your quotas, you end up being a customer again. For celebration, you have two choices. You can get this glass mat bundle, and I'm going to back up because I showed it on a prior. I'm going to have to back up a lot. Showed up on a prior video. I'm going to tilt this way. So this is a glass mat, and this is perfect for when you're doing blending and inking. And not only does it come with a glass mat, it has a wipe that it's kind of like a thin chamois where you can wipe up your ink, and we're going to be using that later. And it has a silicone pad that it, like, wherever you put it, it sticks and it stays. So if you were going to use your ink pad on there, it's not going to float around when you're trying to use your brushes. All right. So you can either get this in addition to your $125 worth of stuff for $99, or you can say, well, I don't know why you wouldn't, but I don't need the glass mat, and I'm just going to sign up. You can get now $155 worth of stuff for $99 if you don't get the glass mat. I would get the glass mat, but that's just me. Now there are new kits out. There's a rock legend kit. There's a Panda Friends kit. They're online. They're easy to do. Don't need much as far as an investment in product to use these. We have our online exclusives that you should check out online. Always check out our clearance rack. There's actually Pear Pizzazz ink pads on there right now and a tree punch. And then for those people who do paper pumpkin, hi Robin. Remember that paper pumpkin has to be in by the 10th of the month if you want it. There are Love of Spring dies that coordinate with the upcoming 3 kits. There's 4 dies in this set, and that's something else you can order if you're interested in that. Let me know. It was a little hard to find on the website, I thought. There's like a love, a saying of love, a flower, a leaf, a label die. That item number is 164396 if you want to look for that. All right. That is all the announcements, I think. Now we're going to show you in the catalog, because I can show you the catalog now, what we're going to be using today. Hi, Lori. We have 3 catalogs to look at today. We have our celebration catalog. Now, this is the catalog that's only runs January 4th to February 29th, and it's full of free stuff that you can earn. Can't purchase it, but have to earn it. We are going to be using this embossing folder on page 14. If you don't have one of these catalogs, let me know. I will get you one. And we're also going to be using this stamp set, the detailed dogwood. It's a more extensive set. We're going to be using that on page 15. That's a set that's free with 100. The embossing folder we're going to be using coordinates with this stamp set. They bundled together. Both of these are free with a $100 purchase. But like that paper that goes with that tool set is free with $50 purchase. Hi, Karen. I'm glad you're home early. My favorite paper in the celebration, the bird paper, it's called Flight and Airy. It's free with $50. Sorry, not to digress. So what we're using tonight, though, is this folder, this stamp set. All right. Then in our mini catalog, I'm sorry for the glare. We have a lot of light in here today. The mini catalog is from January 4th to April 30th. And on page 11, we're going to be using this really cute set right here with the dies, Sending Love bundle. And see how cute that is. I'm using that one. We are going to be using on page 15 this pretty peacock and gold trim. It's beautiful in real life. I show you where they are in the catalog so that you can look them up when you want to buy them. We are going to be using the new brayer. It's a pretty standard brayer, but it's a little bit longer than my other brayers, and I like that. That's on page 18. And we're going to be using the Thoughtful Moments. This one right here, the hybrid embossing folder dies. Okay. Uh-oh. I got a slow connection. Hopefully it's okay with you guys. All right. And then, you need a new brayer. All right, Karen, it's the one for you. It's a really nice one. I'll be using it tonight. I'll show it to you on the new glass mat. And if you're a demonstrator, you can buy the glass mat if you want. It's not just for people who sign up, but you can't get it unless you are a demonstrator or signing up to be a demonstrator. Now, this perennial lavender suite, you'll see everyone using it. We're using it tonight. We're going to be using the stamp set, the postage dies, the butterflies, the embellishments, and the beautiful paper. I'm going to use it all. And on page 33, we're going to be using the Baker's Twine combo pack there. It has Lemon Lolly, Flirty Flamingo, Balmy Blue. It's on page 33. And then we're going to use the Lighter Than Air 6x6 Designer Series paper. And then last but not least, we are going to use out of our annual catalog, and this will also be good till the end of April, some embellishments. We're going to be using these round square brads on page 139 for our little post office box or little mailbox there. And then we are going to be using on page 140 the iridescent rhinestones. And then on page 167, the ever useful must-have stylish shapes dies. We're going to be using one of the smaller circles. Okay. All right. So now that you know what we're using, let's get to going. We're going to make 3 cards. Before I do that, I'm going to show you one card my sister made. It was a sample card out of the main catalog with that new bee bundle. Isn't that cute? So cute. All right. And here we go. So this is our first one that we're going to make. I'm going to show you how to do this with a brayering. And this is the celebration set and the celebration embossing folder there. Okay. So different colors this time. We are using Flirty Flamingo right here. We'll get everything out. Oh, yeah, there was another embellishment I used too. I'll show you in a little bit that I hadn't used, that I didn't show you from the main catalog. And it's on this card. All right. So this is the stamp set here that we're going to use. Isn't it pretty? We're going to be using this piece here and this piece. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do, oh boy, aren't things always always missing when you're looking for them. All right, so this is a 3D embossing folder. Isn't it pretty? So this is one of the celebration items, part of a $100 set that you can get. I'm going to move you to the Stampin' Up! Embossing machine here. It's the Stampin' Up! Cotton embossing machine. Then we're going to take our folder and put a piece of Flirty Flamingo in there. I'll run that through. No big deal. Using a lot of Flirty Flamingo tonight. It's a nice spring color. All right. And then we got our piece right here. See how pretty that is? So that's one of the items that you can get free. And it's a great deal too if you want to sign up, as I said in the beginning. So if you're interested in that, let me know. I'll be happy to help you out. And then this, we're just going to adhere to our Pebble Path background with adhesive of your choice. No biggie. Right? And then we're going to set that aside. This is, the first card is a pretty simple card. I like to build up in technical quality, you know, have it be easy and then a little bit harder as we go. But I don't want it to be too hard for you guys. So this piece is cut at, see, this glass mat also has markings for measurements. So this piece was cut at 3.5 by 4 3/4. Has nice little protective edges on it. So this is a piece of basic white. And all we're going to do is we're going to take our Pebble Path ink, our red rubber stamp of that dogwood. And we're going to ink that up in the dogwood. Cute, right? And then I just put it just like that. Simple, simple, simple. So that's our Pebbled Path ink. And if you wanted to, you could just take the thing that looks like a wet chamois and wipe this off so you don't get ink on anything else. See, and it works just like a chamois. And if you got ink on your thing, you could just do that. Isn't that cool? So cool. They thought of everything. And now I'm going to take my pool party. And I'm going to take this long one. This is on an eye block. And we're going to stamp that. Ink that up. And stamp that right across. The chamois is part of the glass mat set. So with the glass mat set, you get the glass mat, that chamois, and then you get this silicone piece that I'm going to be showing you later that like sticks onto the mat and doesn't move, so you can put your inks on it. I knew what you meant. A whammy. No whammies, no whammies, no whammies. So that's our ink there. So see how cute this is? And then I decided to use our new markers because they have new tips. So these tips are the same, but these tips are new. They're great. They're better than before. And I just did, with the brush tip, I just colored in the center, repeating that pool party here and here. Okay, you can put a little in there if you want to. And then I took the Flirty Flamingo, and then I just did brushing of the flicks. I didn't color the whole thing. And I didn't use my blends. You can use blends, but if you use blends, you would want to use the Memento, because I use the Pebbled Path. I'm just using my water-based Stampin' Right markers. Just adding some interest to the stamp, right? You can leave it blank. If you hear squeaking, that's my dog Augie. Someone gave me for Christmas a little dog charm for my bracelet. If you don't know, I have a lot of Pandora bracelets. This is my purple one. And someone gave me this little doggy, and it reminds them of Augie for Christmas. Isn't that pretty? My friend Adrian got me that. So it's on my purple bracelet. Yes, I have ones in every color. Different themes. I went a little Pandora crazy. So that is basically the background. Isn't that just pretty? You can just stamp and make that. And then the original ribbon I used for this was not, was actually retired ribbon, and I didn't know it. So we're going to use this ribbon, which is an ombre ribbon that has like pool party on it, and we're just going to set it like that over that. Okay, and so then we're going to tie that around there, and then I'll show you how to do the hello part. We're actually going to change it to a different saying, because you can use all different kinds of sayings with this. And now I just have to find where I put my snips. Snip, snip. Isn't that a pretty ombre ribbon? All right. So then we use, so that's the balmy blue. Sorry, it's not pool party. It's balmy blue ombre ribbon. To keep things together, I always do this. All right. Good there. All right. So you have your choice. Oh, I guess I already did this. Oh, no. Okay. So I started to make a thank you one, and I already did that. But notice that. Okay. So let me tell you how I did these. So you have with this, and is it the Thoughtful Moments bundle dies, right? We have an embossing folder, and then we have dies somewhere, a die that cuts out all the words. Okay. There are many ways to do this. This one I did in a simple way. You can ink up, sorry about my dog. You can ink up the folder and then run your cardstock through. You can run your cardstock through and then use a brayer, and that's what I'm going to do today. But I used, and see how that die fits right there on those. So you get all these words, or use the hello. So if you can imagine, I put a piece of cardstock here that was pool party. Ran it through just like I normally would a thick embossing folder, and I got all these sayings. And they would come out like, are you guys doing okay? It says slow connection. Everyone okay? And so it comes out like this, okay? And then if you brayer it with white, it comes out like that. So that's what I'm going to do today. You can brayer it with any color. And when you brayer it, it'll hit the high points of it. It won't hit the whole thing. So we're going to take our brayer, and we're going to take white ink. Now, like I said, you can brayer it with anything you want. But I'm going to load my brayer and see how this is a bigger brayer. They're smaller brayers. And so I'm going to load it up with white ink. You want to make sure that you re-ink your white pads. Your craft pads use up more ink than most. So you load up your brayer. Okay. And then you just go across here like this. Ooh. All right. And then you have your celebrate. Isn't that cool? We can use our thank you because that was already done. And now if you wanted to, now look at the mess. Now we have this mess, right? You don't want to stick anything in it. You just take your chamois and go whoop, wipe it right off. All right. Now it's all clean, and now you're not going to get any mess there. Hi, Joanne. And you can even use it to wipe off your brayer if you want. All right. So now when that's dry, and it dries pretty quickly, we'll just take one of the thank yous or the celebrate. We're just going to plop that on there. Did you guys understand what I did? See what I did? There's a lot of different ways to use that. Like I said, you can do like that. How about that? You can use the brayer before you run the paper through. You can use it after. It gives different looks. And now I'm going to take a little bit more of that ribbon that I used before. That balmy blue, beautiful ombre kind of see-through ribbon. And this is in the main catalog. We're going to stick that through there. And then we're going to just tie a little knot near the dogwood. Like that. But I love the celebration sets this year. I almost like the celebration sets more than some of the stuff in the main catalog. But don't tell anyone I said that. So that means you only got 2 months to get it all. And there's actually online, there's a couple things that are not in the celebration catalog that you can get for free too. So when you order online, it'll give you choices of what's free, and make sure you take a look and get exactly what you want. So then we're just going to pop that on. See how when you use the color and you reflect it back in here, it makes it pop. So I'm just going to stick that on there. And then last but not least, we'll stick a few embellishments, right? You always have to put embellishments. And I decided something simple. And these again are in the main catalog. And they're the red and green adhesive back pearls, but they come in gold. There's gold and silver, even though they're called red and green. They were Christmas ones. You could use these, but I was using the silver. And I just put a few on. But you could definitely use those blue ones, right? Maybe one down here. Just a nice little thank you card. Pretty, right? Yeah. I love braying. We'll do other stuff with braying. Brayering. All right. And then don't forget to do your inside. So you can do thank you, hello. And when you do that, with the embossing folder, you'll end up with all these different things. You have get well with sympathy, celebrate, just because, you make me happy, love you, thank you, thinking of you. So you'll have all these different sayings. So you run this through once, and then you have all these things that you can use to make your cards. So I think it's really cool. Okay, so that's card number 1. Card number 2. card number 2 is one of the favorites. Let me clean up a little bit. Yeah. Card number 2. Ooh, ooh, ooh. How pretty is that? We're using a lot of white ink tonight. So this is card number 2 using the Lavendar suite. Don't you love those butterflies? We're going to be sponging those. I'm sorry, using our blending brushes on those. You can sponge, you can do whatever. But isn't this pretty? All right, so this gorgeous paper. Gorgeous paper. So the first thing I did is I took my Lost Lagoon. Okay, and I cut it 5.5, scored it 4 1/4. And then you use your handy dandy little bone folder to fold that crease. And then I took, let me just switch my baskets here. It gets crowded when you're trying to do all this stuff. And you're trying not to get ink on everything. So this set, I took some of the floral images out of this set. I took this one, and this one. And I'm going to use those with white ink to make the background of the paper. So you can always make your own backgrounds. You know that. I show you that all the time. Uh-oh. Can you hear the black lab entering the craft room? He got a new toy today. He got a bark box. I don't know if you guys know what bark boxes are, but they're like, little monthly boxes. So he got some for Christmas, and one of them was Rudolph themed. And so it had Rudolph and a lot of the Misfit toys, and he now has King Moonracer in his mouth. And I just did kind of like a floral spray around with the different florals images. And that squeakiness is Augie. I think when he hears me talk, he thinks I must be talking to him because there's no one else. And then he likes to go through my garbage. And he actually just put his... I gotta show you him. So this is my dog underneath my desk. Augie, do you want to say hi to everyone? Say hi. And so when he hears me talking, he thinks, oh, she must be talking to me because there's no one else here. That's what I think he probably thinks. So he comes under my desk and plays with my stuff. So basically, all I'm doing is inking up these different florals, and I'm making basically a spray all the way around. I love dogs. They're entertaining, but they are work. They are work. Okay. And then I want to make sure that I'm not... And we'll put some here. Put some there. Cool, right? Isn't that a cool background? Okay, Augie, out of my paper. He loves to eat paper. Augie loves paper almost as much as I do, but not for the same reasons. Yes, you're a good puppy. Now go. And then we took this beautiful paper. Look at that beautiful paper. The other side of it is beautiful too, but I just love that paper. And I used the dies that come in that same suite, but they bundle with the perennial postage. And I used, sorry about the squeaking. I used this die here, the second one in. And then I used ribbon from a different suite. Okay. Here. And this is the metallic ribbon. It's very pretty. But it is peacock. But peacock and both Lost Lagoon and peacock coordinate with this. Berry Burst, Orchid Oasis, fresh freesia, Highland heather, gorgeous grape. All of those colors are in this paper. So feel free to play and match. I'm going to turn that over, put some adhesive on the back, adhere my ribbon down. I had a really good day today. It's nice to be home and start straightening things up and trying to get some of my Christmas stuff put away. Isn't that pretty? And so I'm going to put that down. And I actually put this down with some dimensionals because I wanted to pop it up some. You know, give it some lift off of that background. So I usually do 1, 2, and then, I don't know why these are coming off like this, and 1. And then 1, 2, 1. Oop, didn't come with me. 1, and then and then 1. So like that. And you don't have to lift it up. That's my dog telling me he's upset I'm not playing with him. See how pretty that is? Ooh. I love the floral spray around it. And then all I did was tie a bow. And then use a glue dot for that. And then you could have done a lot of things. You could put any saying, could have stamped some of the florals, die cut some of the lavender. And I've done a lot of different things with this card. And I'm just going to do bow. Isn't that pretty, that ribbon? See that? See that gorgeous ribbon? Just wonderful. And I picked up a glue dot and put it down there. There. Now we have that done. Now I'm going to show you how I took care of my little... What do you got? Okay. Sorry, I have to keep checking on my dog. He is... I didn't know that I was going to always have trouble during my stamp classes just because I got a dog. Because my other dogs, they didn't care when I had stamp classes. Augie, he cares. So I took a Berry Burst, Highland Heather, and Orchid Oasis. And I did Berry Burst first. And I took one of my blending brushes. And yep, I'm just going to use right here on the glass mat. I'm going to just, in a circular motion, kind of to the top of this. Butterfly, right? Pretty. Okay, and then I'm going to close my Berry Burst. Then we're going to get out my Highland Heather. You can lift up the top if you want. And then you want to just bring in some of that softer purple. Softer Highland Heather. Cool, right? And then, after we got that on there, then we're going to use our last one, which is our Orchid Oasis. So let me show you this also. Let me pull up here. So if you see this piece here that comes with your glass mat, you can put your ink pad on here, right? And so let's see, let's open our Orchid Oasis. And then this will not move. See, it's moving the whole desk. So I can leave that there, right? And then now I can just do the edges of my butterfly here. And so there's kind of an ombre here. And then instead of getting everything dirty, I can put that right there if I want. This would hold an ink spot like this. Isn't that cool? So it would hold an ink spot, so you could just take this off and it would hold your ink spot so the ink spot wouldn't move. Isn't that cool? Very cool. All right, but I'm done with those now. And so what I'm going to do with that is just place those there. Move them over. And see, now I have my... And these are pre-cut dies that you get that are in this suite. They're the paper butterfly accents. I just ordered more because I thought they were so nice. There's 40 in a package. Okay, and you can color them whatever color you want. Oh, and look at this. My glass mat's dirty, so I'm just going to wipe it with my little cloth, and it's done. It's done. All done. Right. And that way we don't get ink on the back of our cards. All right, that one's the done one. So now, before I put that on, I stamped a little saying, again, cutting it out with those postage dies. There's a million sayings that you can use in this suite. Okay, you could have made this a Mother's Day card, any one of these. And look at all the postal dies. Aren't those postage stamp dies? So that is a great set. And instead of just leaving that white, I decided to take one of the leaf images from the Painted Lavender set. I took this image here, and I'm going to stamp that in the Lost Lagoon to tie back the color that's on the base of the card. So now I stamp on a sheet like this. So if you want to, you can bring in a sheet if you want and stamp on that. Okay? Because if you want to stamp off, you want to stamp off onto something, right? And so for this, I didn't want a full-on stamp Lost Lagoon, so I'm going to stamp off once, and then I'm going to stamp on there. So see how it doesn't overwhelm the images? So you can still see the writing. So I stamp off, and then I stamp on. And so it gives it a little bit of leaf in the background. Okay? So I did that for that. And then you put it together and you put your embellishments on and you're done with your card. Not hard at all, right? Easy peasy. So we'll put some dimensionals behind this. And if you wanted to mail it, you don't have to put all those dimensionals. And I just kind of put that right there. And then I just took my butterfly and I used a glue dot. I'm going to use some of my leftover glue dots for my paper pumpkins, because I have paper pumpkin gives you so many extras. I love paper pumpkin. If you don't know where to start, that's a good place to start. You get stamp sets that you can keep. You get ink cubes that you can keep, and you can start collecting colors and figuring out what you want. Okay, and then we're almost done, because now you got to put the bling. Where is the bling? Here is the bling. Look at these. All right, these are the Purple Fine Shimmer Gems. Of course, they are going to be great with the Lavender set. And so there's 3 colors. There's a lighter, darker, and kind of a more berry burst. All right, so just decide where you want to put those. Put one right there. Maybe one up here. And then a berry burst down there. And there's your card. And don't forget your white inside. Isn't that pretty? I like that card. All right. And so that's card number 2. And then we'll do card number 3. Any question, guys? Have you guys looked at the new catalog? Is there anything that you like? What's your favorite? What's your favorite paper? What's your favorite item? What's your favorite celebration item? What are the things that you're looking at? All right. And then this is card number 3. Isn't that cute? I almost didn't get the set, and then the mailbox is just so cute with the envelope, and it's so easy. And I was like, oh, what am I going to do for a background? And then it turns out that that 6x6 paper it has hot air balloons, lighter than air, has clouds in it. Yeah. If he's whining, just ignore it, just because he wants to play. It's not because he's really upset. So 4 1/4 cut, scored at 5 1/2. That cattle is the what I use the brayer on is in the spring mini catalog. It's this, okay? It's the combination of the embossing folder and the dies. It is in this catalog. And there's another set like it that's not words, but hearts. I thought the words would be cooler. It's here. You don't really see it until you see it. But if you're interested in it, I would look at what other people are doing with it, because it's pretty cool. And so it is that right there that would emboss it. Then you have the dies that cut it out, and then the brayer right next to it to brayer stuff right on it. Okay, and that's on page 18 in your mini catalog. All right, so crumb cake. We have some crumb cake fans out there, I am sure. Crumb cake is a great one to put pastels on. Crumb cake goes with everything. It's a neutral, right? And so then I took one of that 6x6 paper, but before I glue it down, we're going to have to do some putting together. So there's different things you can cut out. You could have cut out grass, and I did that first. And we can make one with grass that goes all the way across. I kind of just liked it just the little bush, and I cut that out with Granny Apple Green cardstock. So let's do that. And both of those dies are in this cute little set, the Sending Love. Look at all these dies. It's almost like, oh, I should have done more dies. So we're using this die that cuts out the post. We're using this die that does an envelope, this die that does a mailbox. We're doing one of the heart dies in Flirty Flamingo. There's the bush, there's the grass. All different kinds of stuff you can do. It's so cute. Just get it. It'll be worth it. All right. And then... So then I took a piece of crumb cake, and look at the detail. I thought I was going to have to sponge that, but look at how it cut. It cuts so well that I don't even have to sponge it, I don't think. Look at how pretty that is, right? And so I'm just going to put some adhesive on this, and then I'm going to put that on the back of that and put some adhesive on that, right? And this way you don't want to just see a post coming out of nowhere. It's blocked by the bush there, the greenery. All right. We're almost done. This is how easy this card is. Right? Isn't that pretty? Look at it. And then I cut this out of Pool Party. It's one piece. It's your mailbox, right? You fold it over. Okay. You can score it if you want, but you can almost make it round if you want to stick stuff in it. Kind of round it out. It's got one line here to fold over, so you can fold over like this. And then this one can even flip up like this if you wanted to close your mailbox and have it like that, or you can keep your mailbox open. Isn't that so cute? Look how easy that is. All right. And then before you close this, though, if you want the little flag on it, there is a die for a little flag, right? Augie is not as amused with stamping as I am. And he's letting me know it. He's It's like, come on, Mom, it's time to play. So I took one of these white brads, and you can use whatever brad you have or whatever color you have, but they sell a big, Stampin' Up! Has a big pack. I don't know, there's hundreds in here, it seems like. And there's rectangles and circles and blacks and whites and all different sizes in here. It's called round and square brads. There's 200 in here. 200, okay? And there's already a hole right where you're supposed to put your flag. They make it so easy for you. And so don't worry about not being able to put things together. This is very easy. And so then you have this little edge right here. And if you want to, that you can just stamp it and cut it out. You know, you don't have to put the 3D pieces together like I am. And look at, and then you have that. And like I said, you can keep it closed if you want, or you can have it open. Oh, so cute. I am going to be using the Stampin' Seal Plus on the back of this because it's maybe just a little, something that needs a little more, how do I say, a little more grip. Okay, so look at that. Isn't that cute? That's so cute. So cute. All right. Now, before we move on any further with more cuteness, let's take out our baker's twine. See how pretty that is and how good that coordinates, how well that coordinates. I'm going to be taking some of this yellow because we're going to use yellow on the envelope. Look. It's so easy to play with this. I like easy stuff. I don't mind putting together hard ones, but if it's a hard, I'm not going to do it more than once. You know, it's not always worth it, right, when it's hard. And so we're going to cross some of these. Yeah. Cross them like that. And then I just did that. All right. So we have some baker's twine around the bottom. Really pretty spring baker's twine. And now we can adhere that to our base, right? Yeah. And isn't that so pretty on that crumb cake? So pretty. All right. Then look at this. It is easy. I'm not just making it look easy. It is easy. I cut this out of the same designer paper. Isn't that pretty? And the yellow matches the baker's twine, right? And all you do is you make your little envelope. You fold. Everything's scored for you. It folds easy. How cute is that? Right? And so then I put a little adhesive right here for everything to come down, right? And then there's your little envelope that goes in there. Adorable. How easy. How easy, how cute, right? So I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive on the back of that. And then wherever you want to have it there. You could actually have it in there and not adhese it and be like, well, they can pull it out and you can put a little note in there if you wanted. You can take this to extremes. So then I just cut out with one of our dies, little flirty flamingo heart to kind of pull everything back in. Isn't this cute? I think this one's so cute. And to think I almost didn't get this set. I don't know why. Like sometimes I'm like, I don't know. And then I get it. I'm like, oh, I love this. All right. And then I use these iridescent rhinestones. These are in the main catalog. And then I just plopped them one here, and then another one down here, and then boom. And then just a little saying on the outside. And then I also decorated the envelope. So you're going to have to stick around for that because there's some cute stamps in this set for envelopes. So this circle I cut out with the styling shaped dies. Hi, Charlotte. You miss me creating this. It's so cute. And they have this little stamp that says "Sent with Love." So I did that, but I did that with Versamark and embossing powder. So we're just going to make that sticky with our Versamark. You always want to use your embossing buddy. You can find it right here. And then this is where it's hard to get things straight on camera because I have a different type of setup here. So it's not entirely straight, but that's okay. It's homemade. And so now we're going to use our embossing powder. So we'll stick it in our embossing powder, right? And then shake it off. Looks pretty good. Now we're going to heat it so it melts into that nice glossy finish. And watch your fingers because this gets hot. This is our embossing gun. It has 2 temperatures, one for drying, one for heat embossing. It is currently on number 2, which is our heat embossing. Can you see it change? As it melts the embossing powder. Pretty cute, right? All right. Then we are going to pop that on with some dimensionals. I gotta see where I put them. I've used so many. Let's see. Oh, they're there. They're with a butterfly card. All right. So we'll pop that on with a dimensional, just like that. How cute is that? Now, because you also have to do your envelope. Look at the envelope. I miss you. A little note to say I miss you with a... All right, so take your envelope. You always want to decorate your envelope if you can. So I did Pool Party ink. Augie, where'd they go? Now I gotta see where the stamps went. All right, I found one. Augie, where'd it go? Augie says he doesn't know and he didn't eat it. And I didn't put it back where it belonged. Oh, there it is. All right. Here it is, way over here. All right. See, we have a little swoosh for the mail. And I think I stamped that on. No. Oh. That's when my camera's too low. Pull the camera back up so you can see a little bit more. And then we took our Flirty Flamingo. And we took our little I miss you. A little note to say I miss you. Isn't that cute? Right on there. And those are all in the same set with that mailbox. So that's a really cute mailbox set. So you have your card that goes with the envelope. Right, so that was card number 3. Here's card number 2. And then your celebration card, either in hello or thank you, number 1. Hope you guys enjoyed class. Please let me know if you have any questions. Have a great weekend. May God bless you and keep you this week. Stay happy, healthy, and I'll try and see you next week. Bye.